This is a great setting for a conference like this. I first want to welcome you all to the 23rd Senate District, which Middleburg Heights is in. And this is just a great setting for a conference like this. And it's great to be here, and it's great to have the invitation here. My first experience with bed bugs actually coincided. Last session, I was a member of the House of Representatives, which I served for 8 years, and was a member of the House Finance Committee. And at that time, Representative Dale Mallory, a state representative from Cincinnati, brought forward legislation regarding bed bugs. And in the committee hearings, they became extremely graphic about bed bugs, showing slides, and it definitely was a squeamish hearing presentation. A couple weeks later, after learning about these pests, I attended a conference in Washington, D.C. on health care, and the conference was held at a hotel in D.C. that I found out was infested with bed bugs. It's not a good experience. And now I have learned here in Ohio that although for the last couple of years the problem has grown significantly in Cincinnati, has grown significantly in Columbus, and also not as much, but is starting to pick up speed here in the Cleveland area. It is something that legislators should be concerned of. Now, during this hearing in the House Finance Committee last session, what I found out was the State Department of Health does not monitor bed bug infestation. And the reason is that they are not considered a vermin that is a threat to health and safety. They're just nasty. But according to the health department, does not pose a threat to health or safety. Representative Mallory's attempt in legislation was to have these pests classified as vermin so that the Department of Health at least would be able to monitor and track the infestation and what is going on out there in the state of Ohio regarding these pests. That measure actually did not move through the General Assembly. So Representative Mallory, together with another Cincinnati legislator, State Senator Eric Kearney, brought forward dual legislation in the House and the Senate, and they were resolutions. And what the resolutions asked for was a U.S. EPA exemption for the state of Ohio to utilize this chemical, this toxin called propoxur. Now, the House of Representatives did pass a resolution in the last session calling for this, and former Governor Ted Strickland did write to the U.S. EPA supporting Ohio's request for an exemption to use this chemical on an emergency basis. However, the U.S. EPA, because of concerns with regard to the impacts on children's health and safety, turned down that request. I do not know much about this chemical, but I am deeply concerned about various chemicals that are introduced to control vermins, so I will rely upon the U.S. EPA's attempt for that. I will say that now, in this session, Representative Mallory, as well as Senator Kearney, both have brought forward, I believe, additional resolutions calling for the exemption of this chemical. It's my understanding also is they have brought a resolution, I think they have actually brought legislative bills seeking, again, for the Department of Health to classify these pests as vermin to monitor the infestation. Senator Kearney's bill, which was introduced in the Ohio Senate this year on February 1st of 2011, is Senate Bill 39, and it has been referred to the Senate Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee. That bill, along with Senate Resolution 57, has not had any hearings on it. So one of the things that you might want to do for both the House and the Senate is to try to look up on the internet that committee chair and communicate by letter or email requesting a hearing on these bills so that we in the legislature will learn more about the infestation, the problem. Similar legislation has been introduced by Representative Dale Mallory, and that is House Bill 120. He introduced his bill back on March 1st of 2011. That legislation has been referred to the House Health and Aging Committee, and again, and unfortunately, there has been no hearings on that bill in the House. I think it's vital that the legislature continue to look at this and that the leadership in the General Assembly, both in the House and the Senate, open up the process to hold hearings on this so that the legislators learn more about this problem and hopefully try to devise a solution, or at least an attempt to try to identify all the problems and reach a solution sometime in the future. As you know, as we know, what we have seen over the history of battling bed bugs in this state and throughout the country is that the pests keep on responding differently to the various chemicals being used, but we have to balance the health impacts upon humans when we use these chemicals, and that's where we're at right now. We don't want to use such a strong chemical that will harm human health, and those are the policy considerations that we are dealing with and need your help in trying to draft the appropriate response in dealing with this. In addition, we need the scientists and the technicians and various folks in the industry to come up with some other solutions on how to battle this. The good thing since Senator Kearney and Representative Mallory's legislation from the last session is that there has been a stepped-up effort by the state of Ohio to do an education campaign with limited funds, of course, on trying to deal with bed bug infestation. What you should be looking at when you spend a night at a hotel, what you should be looking at if you find out that bed bugs have infested your living quarters at home. And those things are necessary, and we need to get the word out there because our behavior is contributing to the problems by having these pests spread from location to location. So that is generally the update as to what is going on in the Ohio legislature. I understand that there is going to be a presentation following mine with a couple of attorneys talking about some other aspects of legal aspects with regard to this issue. I am going to be staying and following that presentation. We'll be participating with the two attorneys and answering questions at that point. But it's a real pleasure of being invited to this conference and addressing these topics. And I will encourage each and every one of you that if you have thoughts on legislation or how we should approach this as legislators, is to come forward to any of your representatives and give us your ideas to help us craft the right solution for Ohio. Thank you.